Hello and welcome to Ageless Rock, a channel for megalithic fans. In this video, we are going to look at one of the two pyramids built by Amenemhat III. This pharaoh is not that famous, but that doesn't mean he is not interesting. King Amenemhat III had many achievements under his belt, but strangely we don't have a clue when he was born or died. It is currently just an intelligent guess that he ruled for about 45 years. This pyramid was first excavated by a French named Jean-Jacques de Morgan in 1892 and ended by German Archaeological Institute of Cairo in 1983. Pharaoh Amenemhat III was the sixth king in the 12th dynasty during the Middle Kingdom. A lot of things are said about him, but nothing is rock solid. For example, the statue on the right is described as Amenemhat III, but actually has no inscription. He looks like Amenemhat III and therefore must be him. It is believed that the pyramid was constructed between 1860 BC and 1814 BC. That means this pyramid was probably done in 46 years. It is called Black Pyramid because of the dark appearance due to mud brick decay. With the measurement of 105 meters on all sides and 75 meters high, this pyramid was once a mud-solid 275,625 cubic meters. Based on the photo, I will assume the bricks are about 15 inches by 10 inches by 6 inches, which means each block is about 0.0147 cubic meters. This is just for the sake of understanding the amount of mud bricks required for this mega project. A simple calculation shows that this Black Pyramid required approximately 18.75 million blocks of mud bricks. Even if I deduct the amount for limestone casing, it will not be significantly less. A quick glance of mud brick production in Africa today will give you an idea of what it was like for King Amenemhat III to order 18.75 million blocks of mud bricks for his Black Pyramid 3,800 years ago. But Egypt is not always sunny, hot and dry. During winter, it can be very cold and has shorter daylight. It is cold enough to have snow in 2013, a rare incident that also happened 100 years ago. Maybe this is a centennial event. Assuming production operation never stopped, with the cold and shorter daylight, that is 25% of the year with extremely low mud brick production. That will delay the project. That means the ancient Egyptians would have to double the speed in summer. With 18.75 million mud bricks to be stacked in 46 years, the Pharaoh Amenemhat III will need to oversee about 408,000 bricks a year. That will work out to about 93 mud bricks per hour for a half day's work. It is a doable project in a day, or week, or month, or year. But for 46 years non-stop without oral or written evidence, it is something we still have to put in a mystery box for now. To make it easier to understand, imagine one mud brick every 40 seconds for as long as there is daylight for 46 years including winter. I cannot say this is humanly impossible, but I can say it is humanly mindless activity for a dead body for an insanely long period of time. Just to give you an idea, this Black Pyramid of Amenemhat III may look small compared to Khufu's pyramid. It is nevertheless a very big pyramid. But more importantly, it seems to me it is easier to build Khufu's pyramid than to build the Black Pyramids. If high-tech stone masonry can be achieved with ancient soft chisels, I am sure 800 years later, there should be ancient hard chisels. So why the tombs turn from solid stone to mud brick? If I am King Amenemhat III, I would rather use the same ancient soft chisel that Khufu used because I think I can get it done in 2 years based on the volume. I would rather believe the mud brick pyramid came first, then 800 years later, bigger and better quality product came along. The only reason I can think of is that both pyramids were already here long before the Egyptian civilization existed. When they do, the first king will pick the best, the second king will pick the second best. That is why all the good pyramids were claimed by those who came first. All the kings who came later would claim the inferior ones. Even if Amenemhat III managed to pull off this mega project, there will be many questions related to manpower and natural resources. If this is true, then Egypt will prove that humans can regress from advanced to primitive, and humans can have no improvement for thousands of years. This black pyramid is rather unique because it was not built on bedrock but rather on clay. What a strange idea to have mud brick on clay. Equally strange is that the underground tunnels have so many chambers we have no clue until today. Because of some minor defect, King Amenemhat III decided not to use it as his tomb. He was not buried here. As for the queens, their tombs were rooted and they too were not here. So this is another case of no body tomb. The story of Amenemhat III is even more mysterious if you try to make sense of this pyramidion which now sits in Cairo Museum. This pyramidion is made of material we are not exactly familiar with. It is said to be a meteorite from outer space. This unusually dark basalt, popularly known as black granite, is baffling scientists until today. The carvings are definitely machine cut quality. It is not a work of ancient soft chisel. The polishing done is beyond its time. This pyramidion is 1.4 meters tall and 1.85 meters wide. It weighs 4.5 tons. It has a shape that seems to be made for fitting on a base. Basically, we have very little clue about this whole thing. It is also believed that the Pharaoh Amenemhat III had 2 giant statues on these pedestals at one time. These colossi are believed to be approximately 13 meters tall on an 8 meters high pedestal. It is an interesting subject on its own, but nothing is for sure. Both statues went missing. Don't be mistaken with another black pyramid at Giza Plateau. It has nothing to do with Amenemhat III. This mysterious black pyramid is either mistaken for another pyramid or literally disappeared just like the Colossi. It was accurately described in unmistakable detail by Frederick Norden in the 1700s. Norden was a Danish naval captain, explorer, and a cartographer. He said in his book, Travels in Egypt and Nubia, that the 4th ancient pyramid's top seemed to be a stone blacker than the common granite. Whatever it is mysteriously not there. If you look at this photo, it might be the 4th pyramid that Captain Norden was talking about. But this is just a mastaba which cannot be mistaken by an experienced explorer with detailed description of location and structure. The mastaba is too close to be mistaken as a 4th pyramid. There is no such thing as 4th pyramid in Giza, but yet it was clearly described by Captain Norden. For now, it is a mysterious black pyramid. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy my short presentation on Black Pyramid of Amenemhat III and see you next time. Meh, Assalamu.